catch my breath, I told him no. More than once, I gave him every excuse. Too broken, too late, too scared, too flawed, and still he said go. I asked him for signs, he gave me silence. I asked him for ease, he gave me fire. And still he said go. So I went not with confidence, but with obedience, not with certainty, but with faith. And when they asked me who I was, I didn't have a name that could hold it, but I remembered who sent me. I remembered the burning bush, I remembered the voice that knew my name. I remembered that holiness doesn't always sound loud. Sometimes it whispers through fire, so I spoke. My voice trembled, my hands shook, but the words came out anyway. Not because I believed in me, but because I believed in him. And the more I moved forward, the less I feared and no, cause I was walking in his yes. I remembered Moses standing with the stutter before a throne that could kill him. I remembered Esther trembling behind palace doors, still daring to enter. I remembered Jesus saying yes to a cross he could have called angels to avoid. And I remembered me saying yes when I had every reason to run, because I didn't send myself, he did. I didn't walk in with power, I walked in with presence, with breath still shallow from the mountain, with dust still on my feet from the path no one else could see. And every time fear came like a shadow across my shoulders, I whispered back I was sent. That was my authority, that was my shield. Not title, not training, just the voice who met me in the quiet and marked me with flame. I wasn't brave, I was obedient, and obedience walked me into places no one thought I belonged. It gave me messages that sounded too sharp for my tongue. It gave me visions too vast for their rooms, but still I remembered who sent me. When they doubted, I kept walking. When they silenced me, I kept glowing. When they called me lost, I leaned into the map only he had drawn. This wasn't ambition, this was assignment. And even when the fire burned close, I stayed, because the voice that called me had never once led me to harm, only to holiness. So when I stood before the crowds who knew only half of me, the broken half, the history, the things I didn't want repeated, I didn't defend myself, I carried the flame. And they saw it, some turned away, but some, they saw the fire and remembered their own. That's when I knew this was why I was sent. Not to impress, but to ignite. Not to gather fame, but to call the faithful home. So I speak, even when my voice shakes. I stand, even when the wind howls, because I don't move alone, and I never did. And when they asked how I got here, how I carry what I carry, I'll say simply, I remembered who sent me.